Is this Pips? I'm here. Oh, is that one no good? Okay. You just gotta let me know. I'll keep giving them to you until they're good. Out here looking to prepare a leaf depot for Pippy. They are saying we're going to have wind chill like down to -35 potentially, and that 10 minutes outside will result in frostbite. When they say that, I'm sure they mean humans, because the weather report often doesn't include like separate predictions or whatever you call it, impacts for animals. They only give impacts to humans as if we're the only ones out here that matter. So I did Google what can you do for birds, you know, the good birds, not the killer sociopath birds. And it said, this is Floppy, by the way. We'll just kind of focus on Floppy here. I think that might be Pippy right there. Anyway, it said water, as in liquid water. And then it mentioned some foods that I put out for them, like black safflower seeds and peanuts and millet. They said these things are good for birds to put fat on for the cold. I think they need to start that pretty much ahead of time, though, of when the stuff starts, when everything starts turning into a Arctic refrigerator. And refrigerator is probably the wrong word. Arctic freezer. So, but the water thing got me. The thing about they need water. Now for the birds, certain birds, I have a crew that come back here and they enjoy this water bowl, this heated water bowl. But the ones out front, there's way more birds out front, and them I'm just like, well, drink snow. You know, I don't know. I don't have a solution for them because they're just so far away from an electrical outlet, and I've never been able to find an immersion heater to put in the bird bath to keep the water unfrozen that runs on battery, and probably because the batteries would just run down too fast, if that's even possible to generate that much power. Oh, that was too bad. I was zoomed. So, so I finally just broke down and said, okay, I found one that said it could come today. And I'm just going to run, it's not going to be pretty, but I'm going to run a power cord all the way from the house out to the bird bath for them. And I guess I should do that today while I can still feel my fingers. We're not above freezing by any means, but I think we're only like 10 or 15 degrees below it. So it's not that bad considering where we've been and where we're going. So that's what I'll do. Glad I'm talking to y'all. I'm going to run the power cord today out to the bird bath. So when I get it, which should be later today, morning, and then everything will be all ready to hook up. Yeah. Because I already have like outdoor power strip that I use to run the floodlights to keep the hawks and eagles from nesting here. And yeah, I got an extra plug on that, I'm pretty sure, and I'll just plug up to that. Have a bright green cord running across the yard, which will look gorgeous in the snow, and then plug it into the bird bath. And they can have water. Voila! So yeah, they'll be freezing. It'll be really, really cold. Freezing would be what they wish they were. But in -35 degrees, freezing would be a dream, because that's +32. But anyway, we'll see what we can do by giving them water. Maybe they'll want to hang out in the water. Like, I don't know how warm it gets. I hope it has a thermostat. I read a ton of reviews. I got the top reviewed one on Amazon, or the one Amazon suggests anyway, and it had 4.5 stars, and all these people saying they use it with their bird baths and it works great, blah, blah, blah. So I'm assuming birds don't drop dead from the heat. And then, because that would kind of defeat the purpose of trying to keep them in good, health with liquid water if it killed them. So I don't think it does. And then, yeah, that's what I'll do. It's going to be my first foray into immersion heaters. It'll be ugly, but hey, this yard isn't exactly standard fare when it comes to what exists in the yard. It probably won't be as ugly as the table that's caving in, I'm guessing. This one just jumped from tree to tree with the leaves in its mouth. There, sorry, Floppy. Floppy doodle. Floppy's like, what about me? You're doing this video. Video me. He had someone behind him. Oh, it's Rover. He was smart to be quick. Right, Moby Dovey? Wow, he went all the way up and now he's coming back down. Not sure why. He jumped from tree to tree with all those leaves in his mouth. It was glorious. I missed it. I got squirrels down here. Yeah, they're going to insulate, so I need to get all these leaves out to where we'll help them. Hey, Carmela. Carmela. Oh, that's Rover's daughter right there. This curve's the only one out. Got this for the good birds, which come back here on really cold days. And I've got leaves that I've been distributing. This is the second bag. I've been shoving the leaves in the hides. Because it's going to get so cold. So I need to head over there. Somewhere over there is Pippy's tree. Yeah, the squirrel's near it. I'm gonna have to brush off the snow on the wood. It's harder to stuff them in there, but I'm gonna have to find a way. Where did S-Curve go? There he is, he's right there. He came out, now it's just me and S-Curve. S-Curve. Ready? Well, here's someone carrying leaves up. Here's someone carrying leaves up, but there's a guy that can run. I mean, run through the snow down. There he is. He's going up. This thing has a den up there somewhere. Some of the modifications I've done are working well in the snow. Like, see, the snow used to push that down so no one could get in. But now it props it up. So I've been doing like that. They're hides, plus they hold the snow up so they can get into the other hides. The birds are using it like crazy. Here's one I just put in today. And I made a hook to hold the thing down so Hawk can't push it up and get in. Pippy and I are having a heart-to-heart about the emergency leaf depot I'm making for her. And with the temperatures that are coming, we just decided there is not going to be time to weatherproof it now. It's just a matter of let's keep her alive, keep her warm. So I'm going to make it. And I am using wood that's been pre-treated for weather, so that's good. So I'll put it out. Step. Staying alive, that's number one right now. With negative 35-degree wind chill coming, we'll just deal with whatever the snow does to this wood. I don't think it'll be too bad because it's pre-treated. Oh, there's the bright eye. Bright eye. I'm a little worried because it hit me today. I don't know when the last time I saw red was. And it used to always feel like he was always around. And I know I mean, it's not like there's hardly anybody here, so he might live a ways and he just can't make it. But I'm a little scared. Pippy poodle. Somebody's going up there with some leaves right now. I've been going around stuffing leaves wherever I can. I'm gonna stuff some ASAP leaves right in there. She was just sitting on there, and it's one tree away from hers. Where is she? She's right there. She's right there. So I'm gonna stuff some emergency leaves in there. I really relate to the squirrel's work ethic. It's really cold. There's hardly anyone out. But Rover's out, and she's burying nuts, like to get ahead. You know what I mean? Or at least to not fall behind. Some nuts aren't even good enough to bury when you're Rover. She knows she can get nuts from me anytime. She knows she can walk in the house. She's welcome in the front door. She's welcome in the back. But she doesn't count on that, you know? She always is planning and preparing for a future for her and her family that might not include me, just in case. I get it. I'm human, and she's gotta make provisions. I get it. I was showing these before. Here's some more of the entrances to the snow caves that I've made so that they don't get locked out. Because what was happening was snow would just pound down all the edges and they couldn't get in. This was one of the first ones I did. It's working real well. There's another one. I have one in the basement right now that's cooking. I call it cooking. The weatherproofing is soaking in and all that. And I'll be deploying it right over here, right there. That's why that's all. The snow's knocked off there. I was sizing. Hopefully I didn't make it too big. One of the other ones that uh-oh, where'd it go? That'll look good in slow motion. All right, so I also did, you can see it in there. It's pretty big and it holds that, you can kind of see where it is under there, and it holds it up so they can get in off the rock and get in there. Uh-oh.